This is a Trini Lopez, and at first glance it might just look like a modified ES-335, but the story behind it is way more interesting. It was designed for a folk singer and yet became a rock and roll icon. So before we talk about the guitar, let's talk about the man behind the name. Trini Lopez was a Mexican-American singer, guitarist, actor who rose to fame in the 1960s. His music blended folk, rock, and Latin influences, and his breakthrough came from a song you've definitely heard before.
Ooh, if I had a hammer in the morning.
That song, If I Had a Hammer, became a global hit in 1963 and topped the charts in over 30 countries. Lopez wasn't just a singer though. His percussive and rhythm playing is really what set him apart and gave him his signature sound. And it caught the attention of some big names, one of those being Frank Sinatra. Born in Dallas, Texas, he grew up in a working-class family where music was a huge part of their lives. His father was a singer and musician himself, which his passions then got passed down to Trini at the age of 10. But breaking into the music industry in the 50s and 60s as a Latino artist was incredibly difficult and not always welcoming. But that didn't stop Trini. As a teenager, he started playing in some clubs, forming his own band that blended the sound of rock and Latin music together. And then he got a huge break. Buddy Holly saw his talent and introduced Trini to his producer, Norman Petty, who helped shape Holly's career. Trini recorded some early singles, but despite this connection, mainstream success did not come to him right away. In 1963, Trini released Trini Lopez at PJ's, a live album featuring what would become his biggest hit, If I Had a Hammer. His style was fresh, exciting, and different from what was out there at the time. Sinatra had just launched Reprise Records and was looking for fresh talent. He saw something special in Trini and signed him on the spot. But Trini wasn't just a hit maker, he was a global icon. At a time when Latino artists struggled for mainstream recognition, Trini Lopez became one of the biggest names in music. He performed on The Ed Sullivan Show, played in sold-out venues worldwide, and even broke into Hollywood starring in The Dirty Dozen with some of the biggest actors in that era. But it wasn't just Sinatra who noticed Trini. Gibson did too, and they had an idea. In the 1960s, Gibson was experimenting with signature models, but they wanted someone fresh, someone rising from the folk and rock scene. And that's where this guitar comes in. By 1964, Trini's popularity was undeniable, and Gibson saw that. They offered him a signature model, and the result was essentially a modified 335. A stunning rework of the 335 featured the diamond F-holes and the Firebird headstock, as well as these split diamond inlays. This wasn't just another semi-hollow model. This was something fresh, just like Trini himself. In 1964, Gibson released two Trini models, your standard one and a deluxe model. This is the one that everybody recognizes and has stood the test of time. So when you see this guitar, you're not just looking at an instrument, you're looking at a piece of music history. A symbol of a musician who changed the landscape, left his mark, and inspired generations. So what makes the Trini Lopez so special? It's more than just a good-looking guitar. It's proof that a signature model can take a life of its own. Even though Trini Lopez wasn't a rock guitarist, his model would become one of the most rock and roll guitars of all time. So whether you're a collector, a player, or just a fan of the guitar, this is definitely a guitar with a rich history that is worth celebrating. So what do you guys think about the Gibson Trini Lopez? Do you have one? Have you played one? Do you want one? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this, don't forget to like and subscribe for more guitar history and deep dives. I'll see you guys in the next one. My name's Chris Ellis. Thank you so much.